with Enchantress. That is me, the Babbler. That is me on this evolutionary high of an uprise at this time. And Spirit has me here hitting record because I guess there's certain things that are going to be explored in this conversation that you and I are going to have. That's pretty much one-sided, yet epiphany filled and seed filled. So I'm going to ejaculate all over your face with these words of whatever's going to come out. So currently there are a lot of things that are happening individually to many of us on this evolutionary ride that is awakening many to the I am factor of whatever it is that I am means for each of us. I'm not here to convince you of a belief that I do not have when I am evolution. So for that I understand and understand to overstand that I'm evolutionizing right now. So what I am to be at this moment in my present state of conscious awareness, you see, 10 seconds from now I'm something else entirely, even if it looks the same. You know, this wave of multidimensional living it's really deep. So here we are, a bunch of us on this collective rise at this time, encountering many soulful relationships to come, whether they are encounters, whether these people are going to be in it for the long haul, whatever the case may be. There's a group of, and I think I remember from one of my old videos when I spoke about the hybrids are hatching, and there's another group that's coming out that's less, they're newer to the path, but they're coming from another kind of egoic kind of land. The giants have land. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, that's just poetic imagery to depict something that is so like hard to conceive logically, for us to be able to see something that is not necessarily tangible in that kind of way to be seen. Anyways, we are meeting much more soulful, we're having more soulful relations now, even if it's minimalized down in terms of, because we're on our discernment proud, so there has been a lot of kicking out and a lot of shedding of many skins, and that included people from our lives that are no longer a part of our lives at this present time. And the viewing that we have now in our present space to the previous once upon a day, or the relations that we had with others, and the lessons we've learned along the way, the profound meaning and impact it has had for each of us. It varies, but yet, you know, the sentiment can always remain, you know, similar in vibe. We've learned a lot during this course of time in our life, and now we're at a different angle, angel, viewpoint, perspective, leveling, dimension, however you want to put it. So the relations we currently now have, upkeep, make, engage in, give our time to, that's about the art of the discernment and putting into the practice the things that we have learned to do, and the vibration too of how important that is to realize that we are attracting exactly what we are, and that's why so many of us have met now, are meeting now, are greeting now, are engaging, socializing with each other, whether it's on social media, in person, live, whatever it is, and however it is. Soul family tribes, they vibe and their alignments, okay? So these are like kind of like finer tune refinements, attunements to listen into, to get into the cosmic update of a swift that's, you know, like a nice little swift up kick right up the ass to get you into further alignment. So, fine, granted, at this time, we are having the times of our lives, still going through our shiftings, our alignments, our sheddings, our evolutionary. That's always going to be constant in every kind of degree, especially in this human life cycle that we are conscious about, that we operate on. Where are you going, buddy? So, fine. So now what's happening at this time, especially during these solar eclipse, these new moon cycles, these energies, that if you want to go and finer tune into that, I say get on the Western and Vedic freaking auto track and just keep in mind the energies that are influencing and engaging with our own divinity. You know, I stop every once in a while, like, you know, as tuned in as I can be, and I can read and I can synchronize and I can get into a line and then see, oh, this applies with all the things that are going on outside the life. And then when I check into, you know, the astrological factors and, you know, all the energies that are into placement, and I go and I, you know, I'm like, wow, okay, this makes sense. This, okay. And I tap out too, because I got to get into my inner knowing for my growing. So I gotta tap out of society. I gotta tap out, you see, so that way I can really sink in and go in deep for the evolution of me, whatever this may be. And so, you know, to truly tap in, what do I feel? What is this heal? What is this deal? What is really real? And I get into that mode. Silence be. Thunderous. Oh yes. We do not miss a beat when we go into that hive of ours that hold that well. Oh yes. This living well that we are. Beautiful by far. Evolutionist. We are. So, we are meeting and greeting, engaging, linking up, syncing up. That's what's up. And then now we are at like, okay, we are on an infusion of divine alchemy that is learning and putting into practice the recipes that we each on our own have been discovering through our epiphanies, through our life experiences, and the lessons being learned, the evolution that is happening within each and every one of us right now. So now it's like, all right, you know, and it doesn't make that life and everything is all A-okay and the way that it's supposed to be, bada swing, and I just like knock this ball right out this park field, but I do. But anyways, that's not what this is about. The thing that, you know, that's happening now is putting into practice this new age wave of unified community and communication. And here we're discovering that even with our soul tribes that we vibe, in our line, and we gravitating with love at this time, we got support, you see. And the support that we receive, although it is free, reign, and delicious, and felt, and genuine, you feel that shit. We feel that shit. We know who's real and who's not. So the focus on the time that we give and we're giving and we're having with those that are in our life that are important to us and are there because that's who we choose to have in our space. We're no more doing that chase. Whoever don't want to be in the picture don't need to be in the picture. Whoever is not right or in alignment or of any kind of toxicity, you don't vibe with me, you don't align with me, and I don't ride, you see. We don't speak. Yeah, civil I am in my stance. And kind, I'm always going to be. And I operate free on this love vibe, you see. When you greet and meet with me, it's all good vibes, you see, all the time. That cannot be mistaken. So the intimate gathering that we have now at this point in our lives have allowed inside. And if you are watching at this time and you're still dealing with knuckleheads in your life and you still haven't got to fully separate yourselves and your vibes, and you're still being triggered along those kind of lines, take a step back and really see if it's anything like your previous toxic relationships, you see. Now, I don't think you should be there, especially if you're watching this with tender loving care. So what is being brought to the surface that is still part of this trigger service is what I'm talking about now. The intimacies of the unification between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, we are having each of this kind of experience in every single kind of way. And it does not just necessarily mean lovers. Okay? Let's get that out of our heads, get it out of our systems. Androgynous are we, and the balance that we seek is going to come in from us skin deep. There is no mofo on this planet that's going to gift you the happiness that you seek, that you need, the peace that you need, that is not going to come from anything outside your external layers, you see. And until you can wrap that up and get that slice of spice within yourself to realize the living well that you are here to gift and tell to yourself first, that well, it's constantly, we're getting to know you, getting to know all about everything that we are. So now what's happening though, and some of us are still shutting people. Some people are getting new people that have been within, the last year or two, or whatever the case may be, and some of those are getting the chopping blocks still. We still got the chopping blocks that we do in our lives. That's constant. This is experience. But it's not the same as from before, where you were doing it from operating from an unconscious level of subconscious layers of conditioning bullshit that you were just acting out on some freaking robotic behavioral system of just genetic fucking spoon-fed bullshit of how you handled your whole entire life experience without being hip and whipped to the fact that you're acting out of box, out of flavor, based off of whatever it was that you got thrown in your mix when you came out your mother's, womb. We've shed a lot of those layers of skin, so that's not what I'm saying from here in terms of the type of leveling of relationships that we're talking about handling here. I'm talking about the people that are here because they're here. And then even those that are, short term, you see on this kind of leasing spree or whatever the case may be, the harmony that is existing, even if it's a complex relation, is the building blocks of this communication designed for our elevation. Stay with me. Breathe that in deep. Right now is a tough communicative time. I see Mercury going retro and all that, and what that means is like, okay, I see, but you know what is the most profound of an experience that is happening right now that I'm getting, and I'm hitting it loud with spirit, just saying, spirit, speak the truth. Feel this too, this align, okay, magnetizing your divine, align into your own glorious reign of a shine of a line that you know yourself this time. To know thyself to be speaking is true. Okay. And it's that builders, creators of bridges, of worlds that are unifying together, creating this energy that's vibrant, you see, that is spreading universally. And the partnerings that are experiencing this kind of leveling of experience of evolution, that are working together in this alchemized solution, solution, beginning with self. So the work that you've done for yourself, you are the alchemy that is needed. You are the ingredients. You are the ingredients. And those that you are dealing with are the ingredients. And together, the ingredients create that bridge. And that's amazing. The magician. We have all the tools. Call it what you want to call it. Light workers anonymous. Those that are just divinely aligning. We are the solution. And the triggers that we are experiencing, that are being brought up through the intimate relations we are now having with those that are near and dear to us. And this could be any relation. This could be siblings. This could be mother, daughter, father, brother. No matter, lover, husband, wife. Son, child, parent-child. Oh, my allergies. Don't be looking at me. It doesn't matter, you see. We are the ingredients. That are energizing the justice. That are the truth. We are the truth. Seekers. That's powerful. Most people rather believe the lie because it's easier and it requires no effort, no work. This is a powerful time And if you're tuning in, thank you so much. And I am so happy for you and the work that you do and all that you do, opening for the opportunities of personal growth that are happening for you. You are that page, you are that source, you are that information, you are that communicator. All pages are communicators, okay, of these pentacles, of these earthly roots that we are rooting down into this energetic environment. You cannot fight war with war. Roar! What roars loudest? Energy. Silently. It's what's been freaking ducking you up the ass. All my life. 8 of Wands. Shooting your potentials. Shooting your arrows. Shooting and making your marks. Multiple ones. Multiple dimensions. We live in a guys, this is a multiple. Why I can't say multiple? Oh my god, multiple. Oh my goodness. Dimensional. You see something, I just can't speak. But yeah, I manifest multiple opportunities. And that is what we're doing. Individually. In our own, like, you know, corners of this imaginary space that, oh my god, I had such a nice, wonderful, like, trippy experience by the pool the other day where I was just laying and I was sun gazing and meditating, and I was just listening and tuning into, like, the birds chirping and just the sounds around me, the water, the waves, the air, like, you know, and I was just closing my eyes. And I was closing my eyes and I was just like, okay. And I was listening to every single thing that was making sound. Everything that was existing all around. And I imagined, like, I'm really trying to explain this. Or I felt, or I saw, this is just, why is this like this? The connectivity of the world that we live on, and how we create restriction and walls, which is still imaginary, even if we make it tangible by creating, like, a structure such as a home, right? But yeah, everything still is, you know what I mean? So, like, the birds are chirping in the trees up high. The sound is traveling every which way, no matter what construction, no matter what blockage, no matter what wall, no matter inside, outside, still exists. Everything is still existing. Everything is still traveling, no matter how many roadblocks, no matter how many things we put in the way. It still travels. It still exists. It's still energy. And that was really profound. Because it even got me into thinking about the prisons of our mind, the Wheel of Fortune happening at this time. I trust whatever the universe brings to me in the alignment that I seek. I seek my own truth in alignment with me. That is going to be the cup of love, of seeds that I know that the right person waits until I am ready. And that is also always going to be starting with me. Most of the times when I'm frustrated with other people, I'm frustrated with myself because I'm not able to communicate clearly. Even if, you know, and that failure to communicate clearly is what creates the frustration and the lack of communication and the discord that can exist between you and someone else, because the communication is what's lacking in evolution, and in evolution and our communication is what's happening at this time. And it's happening through the ingredients that each of us are gifting to ourselves through the work that we do. It may not feel acknowledged for and may not feel supported fully, but it's changing, because that support idea perception has expanded for so many of us right now that we are supported, we feel it. Fuck it. Fuck it, I said, okay? Gosh. But yeah, so yeah. Anyways, so thank you for tuning in with Enchantress, that is me, the Babbler, that is me, on this evolutionary high of an uprise at this time. Thankful is I to be able to communicate through this death cycle of another shedding of layering of skin that is now unifying us from within to be able to communicate our truth so clearly and to build the bridges that we are building, that although may be imaginary, it's visionary, of this energy of rainbow bridge connection that is going to, it is ricocheting, it is spreading, it is seeding, it is breeding. It is. I let go and embrace the new beginnings of this everything that is just marvelous in every kind of way, making decisions and moving along my own kind of way so that I can embrace all, oh my bag fell, the wonderful creations that I am a part of creating myself too. Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress, that's me, the Babbler, that's me, on this evolutionary high of an uprise at the site. Make sure to check out my blog too, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com, and also on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, the one and only. Everything will eventually be put down in the description box below. I don't know when I'm gonna put a title for this, or even write in the description box. Always feel free to engage with me if you have a suggestion for a title for the video. If you watched it through and you're like, hey, this will be a great title for you too, hey, I might like it, I will use it, I will love you, and I will say thank you too. So yeah, cool. So either way, namaste.